Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Star Trek Voyager, Season 2, Episode 6, Twisted. With a title like that, you think this would be a really good episode and kind of a scary one, but it's not. It's actually a pretty boring episode. So it is the fourth and final episode that was filmed during Season 1, but got pushed back for Season 2. And again, you can kind of feel that type of Season 1 energy to it. Where basically it's a little bit of a cop-out type of episode where the ship is basically just being twisted, like the title says, but it's more magical than that, because literally if you took the starship and twisted it, the hulls would buckle, things would collapse, stuff like that. Whereas this, it's almost more like Harry Potter, where you get in the turbo lift and you want to go to deck 3, but it takes you to deck 6. It's like the moving stairwells and stuff like that. And even to the point where B'Elanna is in engineering and she opens a door to go to one of the hallways, but it's a crewman's quarters. Okay, so if you just twisted a starship, that's not how physics work. It's almost warping reality. And basically it all kind of comes down to the holodeck, because that's deck 6, and that's the center of the ship where it's not quite being as affected as much. It has a major focus point of this episode is Neelix being jealous about Tom Paris and just Kes, I lost her name, which I am so sick of that storyline at this point. I'm just done. I probably like Neelix a little bit more than most people, just because I first saw Voyager as a kid, and Neelix does have that kid-friendly type attitude. But at this point, I'm sick of him, and I'm sick of his character, and I'm sick of the jealousy, which I know that's a plot line that they do get rid of, the next episode. But yeah, I'm kind of over it. And then, Neelix made no sense in this episode, where he disappears because they're going down the corridor and he's just gone, and then at the end of the episode he just pops back up with the fudge cake for Kes's second birthday, and they're like, Neelix, where did you go? And he's like, oh, that's a long story. And it's no, really, the ship was being warped against physics, and you disappeared, and now you're back. I don't care how long of a story that is. You better tell us, right now. And just overall, I didn't like it. I thought it was really slow, kind of a cop-out type episode, like I said. And then, of course, everybody's trying to figure out how to get out of this spatial dimension rift that's causing it. And they're just you know what? Why don't we just let it go? Let's just pass through it, and then we'll see what it's like on the other side. And sure enough, when it goes away, we get 20 gigabytes or some obscene amount of information just magically put into the database, and this alien entity also copied all of our information, and they're just that's cool, and it's no, it's really not. And I don't know, I could be wrong, but to my knowledge they never reference all of that information, unless it's just kind of offhanded, oh, we're in this sector. Well, how do you know what sector or planet that is? Oh, it's from all that information that magically appeared. I don't know, I didn't like it. I was really not in the mood for this episode. For those who have seen this episode, what did you think? What did you think about it being a Season 1 episode? What do you think about the whole Paris-Neelix jealousy fight, and what do you just kind of think about Neelix's character just disappearing and reappearing? Go ahead, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for Patrician.